All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the highly anticipated webinar that we have all been waiting for. So, yeah, welcome. So, if you can hear me and if you can see me clearly, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me clearly and if you can see me as well. Welcome once again. Hello. Everybody saying hello. Hello. So let me know. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Yeah. So let me know in the comment section. Welcome. All right. So you can hear me and you can see me as well. Oh, been here since 7:30. Oh, you're very anxious. So welcome everyone. So that if you can see me and if you can hear me clearly, just let me know your name and your location in the comment section. So if you can hear me and you can see me, let me know your name. I want to know where everyone is watching from. So just let me know your name and your location in the comment section. All right, I can see you. I can see you. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. So I just want let's just give a few minutes for introduction and just give some other persons some chance to join in as well. So let's know your name and your location in the comment section. Okay. Precious is watching from Ajao Estate, Lagos. Olumide from Lagos. Adenike from Lagos. There are many of us from Benin. Welcome everyone from Benin. So is watching from Anambra State. Abimbola is watching from Surulere. Abigail is watching from Lagos. Um, we also have Lucky watching from Lagos as well. Moreni Keji, I hope I got that right, is watching from Lagos. Lawani is watching from Lagos. Sunny is watching from Ekiti State. We also have a lot of people watching from Lagos as well. That's nice. Chidiebere is watching from Ikeja. Mrs. Gloria is watching from ABJ. Um, yeah, Cynthia is watching from Ondo State. Joy is watching from Aja in Lagos. Gabriel is watching from Lagos as well. Seems almost everyone is watching from Lagos. That's cool. Saka is watching from Lagos as well. Mike is watching from Benin City. Benin City, wonderful. Kenny is watching from Port Harcourt. We also have Stanley from Satellite Town in Lagos. Okay. Benga is watching from Lagos. Alfred is watching from Ogun State. Is watching from Kaduna. We also have Laura from Lagos, Hugo from Lagos. Femi is watching from Oyo State. I like the diversity tonight. Esther is watching from Qatar. Wow, okay. Ola is watching from Makodi. Taiwo is watching from Oshun State, rather. Olunike is watching from Ibadan. Yeah, so we're going to be starting anytime soon. Don't worry, we're just doing a bit of introduction and all of that. So yeah, so in like in less than a minute, we're going to be starting fully. So yeah, I'm even going to be sharing my slide that we're going to be using tonight. So when I share my slide, you can also let me know in the comments if you can see my slide clearly. We also have Zay watching from Delta State and Oluwatosin from Surulere, Fumi from Abeokuta, and also we have Hamid from Kano State. Oh my God, welcome everyone. It's really nice to have everyone here. And so, like I said, we're going to be getting right into the main thing tonight. So I'm going to be sharing my slide with you shortly, so you can let me know if you can see my slide very clearly. So if you can see my slide, let me know in the comment section. We're starting immediately. So if you can see my slide, let me know because we're starting now. If you can't see it clearly, make sure you check the settings on your YouTube and increase the resolution so that it can be clearer for you. So all right, so welcome once again. Welcome once again to this highly anticipated webinar. In this free training, I'm going to be sharing with you the exact method that I showed Mr. Ken that got him a full-time job in Canada while he was still in Nigeria, and also how you can do the same and finally japa either alone or with your family within the next 6 to 12 months using these hidden routes no one else is talking about. Now, with this method, you won't have to bother about paying millions of naira or thousands of dollars on tuition fees or having to deal with schoolwork, assignments, etc. When all you simply want is a job that will help you and your family relocate with the aim of becoming a permanent resident and a Canadian citizen as the end goal. So, if you are excited about learning about this amazing opportunity, 12 months, type 1 in the comment section. If you are excited to learn about this amazing opportunity I'm going to be sharing with you, type 1 in the comment section. Because personally, I'm also excited to share this with you tonight. So, yeah, in this training, we are going to be covering 4 things. So, the first thing we're going to be covering is I'm going to share with you 5 substitute routes or pathways to relocate to Canada through the work route instead of spending millions in tuition fees if you can't afford to. And secondly, I'm going to be sharing with you a website that you can use to find jobs and how to apply for these jobs as well. Thirdly, I will share with you why the Canadian government need more foreign workers like you, even more than you need them. Lastly, I will be giving you the opportunity to work with me personally so I can guide you through the entire process, which is actually very, very exciting. So whether you decide you need my help or not, one thing I can assure you is that you'll be getting massive value from this training, and you also leave this training learning new things that you never knew about before. So before we move into all the juicy stuff, I need to be clear who this training is for so you can see for yourself if you qualify. And if you don't qualify, you can easily leave the training so that you don't waste your time. So first of all, we're going to see who this training is for. Now, this training is for you if your sole aim is to relocate to Canada because you want to work and provide for yourself as a single person or for your family in a better environment without having to bother yourself about the high mental and financial demands required to study in Canada. Also, this training is for you if you are a single person who wants to relocate to Canada or if you want to relocate with your family. Also, this training is for you if you struggle to score high in your IELTS as you have to work. Also, this training is for you if you have just SSC, NC, diploma, BSc, and of course, even if you have higher qualifications like masters and the rest. So this training is also for you if your goal is to become a permanent resident or a citizen in Canada. And this training is for you if you have as little as 1 year work experience in your field or no work experience at all. This training is also for you if you can't afford huge proof of funds that is required to go through the express entry program or the study route. And also this training is for you if you are struggling to meet up with the express entry CRL score. Now, who is this training not for? This training is not for people who want to sleep and wake up in Canada magically, because we're not here to perform any sort of magic. This training is not for people who can't afford basic things like their international passports, police reports, medicals, and all of other requirements, because relocating to Canada requires you to have some money. Like, even if you get a sponsored job, you still have to have money on your own, right? And this training is not for people who are not action takers. So if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to apply for jobs by yourself, if you're not willing to do research and all of that, then this will not work for you. This training is not for people who think everything on planet Earth is a scam, because I'm not here to convince anybody. So if you already think I'm a scammer, people who give up quickly, because relocating to Canada through the work route takes due process that you must follow diligently. So if you're not willing to put in the work and be patient, then there's no need to start because it won't work for you. So now that we know who this training is for and who it is not for, let's get right into the main thing. So as we all know, Nigeria's current economy is a joke. The last 8 years have been a living hell in this country. And the next 8 years, if care is not taken, will also be hellfire as well. And at this point, even if a Messiah comes to rule Nigeria, we all know that things will not just change overnight. It will still take a long while. Now, this is how our economy has been going down for the last 8 years. So when Buhari said from top to bottom, it is very clear that he meant it. The price of things has quadrupled. Our security system has failed because even the people that are supposed to protect the citizens, they are still the ones killing them, right? Family members go missing without trace because the police have allegedly killed them. We all remember what happened during N falling so terribly, and it has resulted in a high rate of inflation. Not even to mention the 8 months of ASU strike that students experienced, right? People that were supposed to finish school in 4 years, they will be in school for 5, 6, 7 years, right? They have not even recovered from the previous strike. We're already hearing rumors of another one that is incoming, right? And this suffering has been going on for the past 8 to 12 years. And like I said, coming better. So I understand why if most people have their way, they want to jackpot because everyone is tired and there is no guarantee that things will get better. So be rest assured that it's okay if you want to relocate to a country that is safe. It's okay if you want to relocate to a country where there is little to no police brutality. It's also okay if you want to go to a country where you don't have to experience bad roads and terrible traffic every single day. It's also okay if you want to experience 247 electricity because most people will live a lifetime without seeing 247 lights for an entire month in Nigeria. It's also okay if you want a better job and a better education. It's also okay if you want your children to not struggle in Nigeria just like you did. And also, it is okay if you want them to grow up in a sane environment. All your reasons are 100% valid because everything I just mentioned now are basic necessities of life that we have now turned all of them into prayer points in Nigeria. And even when I took a vacation to Rwanda, they had all these basic things, right? This is just another small African country, but they already have all these basic things figured out. So let no one discourage you about relocating if that is really what you want, because we only have one life to live and we must live it to the fullest. So make sure you are doing what you want. Now, this is Pastor Adeyemi, who is also the pastor of Daystar. He has relocated to the US. Yet he's the one that preaches that Nigeria will get better, we should make it work, we should do all of that. And he still left his big churches in Nigeria and moved to the US. And no, I'm not part of the people that will be criticizing him about relocating because personally, I don't see any issue with that. We all have one life, like I said. And if this is what he wants to do, it is totally his decision, right? My point is very simple. He did not let the fact that he was a pastor who owns big churches in Nigeria stop him from fulfilling his dreams. So you shouldn't let anyone discourage you if this is your dream as well. And if it is not your dream to relocate to Canada, let nobody tell you what to do. But I know it's your dream of relocating, and that's exactly why you are here right now. Now, who am I and how do I even qualify to talk to you about relocating to Canada? I know you must be wondering. So my name is Anthony Chika, the founder of Chika's Consults, which is also an online-based travel consulting brand where I advise and guide people on the best ways to relocate using the most affordable options available. So I graduated from the Universal School of Aviation in Abuja, where I studied travel agency management. I came out as one of the best students, which made me a certified travel expert. So after my studies, I moved to Lagos, where I became an intern for one of the biggest travel agencies in Nigeria, and I eventually got a full-time job there. Now, with my experience working with a travel company, I was able to help a lot of people relocate to Canada successfully, right? And also working with a travel company really exposed me to a lot of practical stuff that I'm thankful for to this day. But I eventually had to leave the travel agency I worked with because I saw an opportunity to help people who can't afford the fees being charged by travel agencies. I saw a lot of serious people that gave up on the entire process of relocating to Canada because they could not afford these fees, right? And this prompted me to start teaching and educating these kinds of people how to do the entire relocation process by themselves without having to pay over 500K to an agent for so I started teaching this process on how to relocate to Canada by yourself towards the end of last year. And I can tell you for a fact that I have personally worked with over 10 persons that are guaranteed to be in Canada in the coming months, right? Which is really awesome because they did not have to pay millions and millions to agents. And I showed them the most affordable options available. So before now, I have helped countless of persons relocate to Canada, but I did this under the travel agency I worked, so I can't really share their testimonials and all of that, right? So that we can avoid a lawsuit from the agency that I used to work. Although they were very nice people, I enjoyed my time there and all of that, but that's the main reason why we're going to be respecting their policies. So moving on, these are three of the common ways to relocate to Canada. We have the study routes, the express entry, and the family class sponsorship program. Now, these routes, these programs are good, right? Don't get me wrong, but still, right? These three routes have big defects, and most people, especially Nigerians, they either can't afford it or find it difficult to meet the requirements. So, firstly, let's look at reasons why people find it hard to relocate through the study routes. The first reason is that it requires you to have anywhere from 8,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars per year for your tuition fee alone. Now, this is anywhere from 5 to 14 million naira per year. And this is using the current exchange rate as at now. And if you are going for an undergraduate program of 4 years, you will pay this every year, every single year till you complete your program. Now, the second reason is that you need a high IELTS band score. And if you are in a country like Nigeria that has corrupt examiners that make things hard for you just so you can keep coming and paying every single time to rewrite it, then you are on a roller coaster. It's just like this man that wrote IELTS 32 times. IELTS is an English test that is used in Canada by the immigration officers to determine if you are fluent in English and all of that, right? So he had to write this exam 32 times. If you do the math, as at the time he wrote it, it was 75K each. If you do the math, he spent over 2.4 million naira for only IELTS. And I know a lot of people that have given up on relocating because of this. Now, the third reason why people find it hard to relocate through the study route is because you will need high proof of funds of at least 13,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 9 million naira. And this proof of fund can rise up to 30,000 Canadian dollars or even more, depending on the size of your family. Now, the last reason why people find it hard to relocate through the you will actually be needing this proof of fund, right? It's not just to show the proof of fund for showing sake. You're going to need it to pay bills. You're going to need it, right? Because you have to pay for your accommodation. You have to cater for living costs as a foreigner, right? And some other expenses you will encounter when you relocate. And that is a normal thing. So it's not something you can actually do without. And as a student, an international student in Canada, you're not going to be working full time. So where will all these funds come from? So with this, the total cost 25,000 Canadian dollars to 50,000 Canadian dollars, which is like 17 to 35 million, right? And this amount depends on the school and your family size. Although, if you can't afford to, then you can go through the study route because it's actually one of the easiest and quickest ways to relocate to Canada. It's very straightforward. The major issue is usually the money that is involved, especially as we all know, Nigeria's minimum wage is about 30,000 naira. And if you multiply 30K by 12 months in a year, that's like 360K, which is just about 500 Canadian dollars, just 500. So, and you can afford up to 17 to 35 million per year for all the expenses going through the study route. We still cannot rule out the fact that your accounts will feel it, your bank accounts will feel it. We all know that. So, moving on, the second popular way to relocate to Canada is through the Express Entry program. So, relocating through the Express Entry is very difficult right now. I speak with you, the Express Entry program was reopened last year post COVID, and there are still like 2 million people in the pool. And the CRS score is over 400. And I'm not even saying that it's impossible to go through the Express Entry program. It's possible, like people do it, yeah. But you should be willing to wait for a long time. And after waiting for a long time, while you are waiting, you still have to meet the following requirements. First, you have to be within the ages of 18 to 40. And once you have crossed 29, your points will start dropping already. Secondly, you must have at least 1 year full-time work experience in your field within the last 3 years. So it means from 2020 till now, you must have at least worked for 1 year in your field. You must also have that work experience must also be in the top 3 skill levels in Canada. You must also score above band 7 in your English test, which is the IELTS I mentioned earlier, in order for you to increase your CRS score to qualify. Now, it also requires you to have high proof of funds like the study route. And lastly, you must be a university graduate. And also, if age is not on your side, it would be actually very nice if you have higher qualifications than just your BSc. So with everything happening with the Express Entry program and the requirements, if you still meet up with the requirements, you still have to wait a long time to get invited to apply for permanent residency. And we all know that you want to japa as soon as possible. Now, the third way to relocate to Canada, which is one of the popular ways as well, is through the family class sponsorship program. Now, personally, I love this route because it's actually very straightforward. But for this route to work for you, your child or your parents must be living in Canada either as a permanent resident or as a citizen, so that they can sponsor you to apply for permanent residency as well. Now, like I said, this route is very straightforward, but of course, you must have your child or your parents living in Canada. And I'm not talking about your cousin, a family friend, a close relation, or sibling, anything like that. It has to be your child or your parents. But I know this is not the case for 90% of this video right now. So for most people, these three routes I mentioned are ruled out because they either don't qualify one way or the other, because it could be because of the high financial needs of the study route, the competition, and the current restrictions of the express entry program. And lastly, they don't have a relation who is a citizen in Canada that will help them relocate through the family sponsorship program. But what if there was a way that you can solve all the issues that you currently face with these three popular routes that I just mentioned now? What if? Well, that's what the 5 unique pathways I'm going to be sharing with you is going to help you do without much hassles, right? You don't have to bother about paying any tuition fee at all, at all, at all. You don't. This alone is going to be saving you a lot of money, into millions of naira, right? You don't have to battle with over 2 million pending applications if you are going through the express entry pool. And lastly, you don't have to bother about having a family member in Canada, because true, if you not get, you not get. There are no two ways, there are no two ways around it. Now, is this not awesome? Because I actually think it's very awesome. Yeah, so I'm not even saying that these routes are perfect, or the 5 routes I'm going to be sharing with you, because of course I'm not the IRCC. So the IRCC is the official immigration body in Canada that handles everything, immigration, visas, and all of that. They are the ones that make all these routes. So I cannot tell you that they are perfect. But what I can tell you for a fact is that these 5 routes I'm going to be sharing with you today are more accommodating when you compare them to other routes and the requirements needed to qualify. And you will see it for yourself. Now, these 5 substitute pathways are what informed Nigerians are now using to sneak into Canada legally while also getting a high paying job, no matter your skills or the kind of job you currently do in Nigeria. Now, even though you are a cleaner, a farmer, a doctor, a truck driver, business analyst, and the rest, this route will work for you. As long as the job you do in Nigeria is done in Canada, then it will work for you. So you see, when I started teaching, my focus was on showing people how to relocate through the study route. And it was a huge success because a lot of people who I taught towards the end of last year have gained admissions, and some even gained scholarships. And they will be moving to Canada this year as well. Now, these are just a few results of the many so far, and these people will be leaving to Canada in the coming months. Now, this is from one person that said, the boss lady, thank you for always telling us to do it ourselves. I made it plus a vice chancellor scholarship. To God be the glory. This person got a £5,000 worth of scholarship, right? This is another person that said, this is to notify you that I have gotten my admission into Rowan University, MBA Business Analytics as my concentration. I also got another admission into the University of South Wales. God has really combined my HND with my ND, and God has done it. This person is another one that said, thanks for your directives, and I have gotten an admission in one of the universities in Canada, which is Cape Breton University. This is also another person. I got an admission plus also a 2,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. So as you can see, several series of results. But even with all these results, I still got constant pressure from my followers, from Facebook to WhatsApp to email and all of that. All of them were insisting that they can't afford the study route, and all they wanted was to work, not school, because I can't afford paying school fees yet. I just want to work and not study. I don't want to study. I want to go there and work. What is the way forward? I want you to get a work visa for me, and all of that. So this made me go into deep research. I also consulted some experts in this field, in addition to my own experience of helping clients relocate to Canada. Finally, I was able to come up with the best substitute pathways that will help you relocate to Canada, even if you have just SSC, even if you don't have work experience, and of course, without an age limit, as long as you are an adult, right, from 18 and above, and you can work. Now, these pathways are, first, we have the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program. It's called the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program. It's also called the RUNIP for short, and that's what we're going to be using. So the RUNIP is a community-driven program. This program is for people who agree to only relocate to specific parts of Canada, that are looking for more skilled workers that will help them grow their economy. And that is exactly where you come in. So you must choose out of the participating communities in Canada to relocate to. So any of the communities under this program, that's where you will apply to. So the requirements are also very simple, right? So the IRCC have their own specific requirements, and the community you will be applying to also have their own requirements. So secondly, you have so when you find out that you are eligible to apply for the program from both the requirements of the IRCC and that of the community, you now move on to get an eligible job with an employer in one of these communities, that particular community that you have chosen. So once you get a job offer from an employer, you will submit your application to the community, and they will recommend you for permanent residency. So if a community recommends you to the IRCC, you will now move on to apply for a permanent residency immediately. Now, with this route, you immediately become a permanent resident if accepted. The second one on our list is called the Atlantic Immigration Program, which is the AIP. So the AIP was recently launched, right? It was launched around March last year, and still very hot actually. So it's a pathway to permanent residency as well. So you just go straight and apply for permanent residency, and this is for skilled foreign workers and also international graduates, international students in Canada that graduate from a Canadian institution that want to work and live in any of Canada's 4 Atlantic provinces. So in Canada, the Atlantic region in Canada, there are 4 provinces under that particular region that are under this program. So we have New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador. So this program helps employers to hire qualified candidates for jobs that they have not been able to fill locally. Now, this is very similar to the RONIP that we mentioned earlier, and it also has a similar application process as well. For a job in Canada and you get a job offer, then you apply for your work visa. Also, we have the temporary foreign worker program. You can also apply for jobs anywhere in Canada. And lastly, there is the caregiver program. So if you're in the healthcare sector, you're a caregiver, a nurse, and all of that, you can apply for this program. So we don't want to go into much details so we can save time, right? And just so you know, I did not create this route myself. Like I said, it was created by the IRCC in Canada by themselves. But most people tend to ignore them and go for the popular routes instead because they don't really know much about these routes and they don't have proper information about them as well. So this is actually the best way to relocate, either as a single person or with your family, right? Especially if your goal is to work in Canada full time rather than spending millions to study. And the best part is you can still decide to study when you get to Canada, right? If you decide to study when you get to Canada, you can study. And if you're a permanent resident in Canada, you will pay far less tuition than international students. So it's a win-win all around. Now, these are some of the requirements for these routes. First of all, it has no age restriction. As long as you are 18 and above, you qualify for it. So when I say no age restriction, I just like it's advisable that if you are from your early 50s, from 50 and above, I just prefer that you apply through your spouse or your child, right? So it will be better for you that way. So, and even if you don't have a university degree, as long as you have your WAEC, you have your NECO, you qualify. If you don't have your you also don't need a CS. So even though you score band 5 or band 6 as your overall score, you still qualify. You also just need 1 year work experience, and some of these jobs don't require experience at all, right? So you can work as whatever you are doing here in Nigeria or whatever country that you are. You can also apply for that position as well, whether you are a what's it called, business analyst, you're a software developer, a truck driver, you're a farmer, you want to even do jobs like fruit picking and the rest, whatever you are qualified for, whatever you have knowledge of, you can apply for it as well. And it's also extremely affordable to relocate through the work route compared to other routes, because this is the cheapest way for you to relocate. And sometimes you can get a job that will sponsor you. You also get to work full time and even overtime if you want, while getting paid for it. And your spouse can work full time as well. So you will never have to struggle to take care of yourself. Your entire family can relocate with you, and your spouse can get an open work permit to work anywhere in Canada. So as you can see, these pathways are more accommodating to people with or without experience, age limits, and even though you have low educational qualifications. Of course, if you have high qualifications, it's good for you as well. And also you get to you go for, or you can apply 1 year later, because now you have 1 year full-time work experience in Canada, which qualifies you to apply for permanent residency. Now, let me make you understand something. In as much as you want to relocate to Canada, the Canadian government wants you as well. So basically, both parties want each other. Now, let me prove this to you so it doesn't seem like I'm making empty claims. Here are articles from blogs both in Nigeria, both in Canada, saying over 1 million job vacancies, right? So as you can see, I did not make this up. This was published towards May last year. 1 million job vacancies in Canada. Canadian employers were actively seeking to fill more than 1 million vacant positions at the beginning of March 2022, right? So as you can see, it's not something I just make up. And also, this is an update from this year, 2023, and this is the official Canadian immigration website, right? And he said Canada welcomes historic number of newcomers in 2022. So in 2022, right, Canada welcomed about 400,000 plus new permanent residents to Canada. Like, that is the highest record they have ever had in the history of time, right? So this is from the Minister of Immigration in Canada. He said, today marks an important milestone for Canada, setting a new record for newcomers welcomed in a single year, right? Newcomers play an essential role in filling labor shortages, bringing new perspectives and talents to our communities. I am excited to see what the future holds, and I look forward to another historic year in 2023 as we continue to welcome more newcomers. Now, let's also look at one of the top Canadian blogs, how they broke things down by themselves. So the headline says Canada breaks record by welcoming over 437,000 new immigrants in 2022. So as you can see, they said additionally, almost 75% of Canada's population growth depends in Canada, shortage of skilled labor due to the aging workforce. So in Canada in 2023, and the Canadian government also said they are ready to welcome even more people. So the question now is, are you going to be one of these people? Now, if you are going to be one of the people who relocates to Canada this year, 2023, just type 2 in the comment section. Type 2 in the comment section if you are going to be one of these people, because Canada is ready to welcome as much people as possible, right? So last year, I helped a lot of people relocate to Canada, like I said, while I was still working with the travel agency, right? And towards the end of last year, when I stopped working for them, I also helped more people by guiding them through the process of relocating to Canada. And as I speak to you, there are over 10 persons who are scheduled to be in Canada this year. There are even more people who are still in the process that will land in Canada this year as well. And I am willing to help a lot more people. But the question is, do you want to be among the people that I will guide personally to Canada? If you want to be among those people that I'm going to guide and help them till they land in Canada this year, type 3 in the comment section, because I'm still willing to help a lot more people. So just type 3 in the comment section if you are going to be one of them. So in as much as the Canadian government want people to just come over, they are not desperate. That's one thing you must understand. They are not desperate. So they are not just going to let just anybody walk in just like that. You still need to follow the right procedures to qualify for immigration. Now, let me quickly show you. I know I promised you earlier. I'm going to quickly show you how to find and apply for jobs in Canada. We're going to be using a website called jobbank.gc.ca. So let's just going to show you the website quickly so we can get back to the webinar. So this is the website, jobbank.gc.ca. So this is it right here. So make sure you jot it down so you don't miss out. So just write it down somewhere. So how you can see, it says foreign candidates from outside Canada. If you're looking for work in Canada, search for jobs from employers who are recruiting foreign candidates from outside Canada. So all you have to do on this website is type the name of the job that you want. You can see the example here says cook, and then the location. So here, let's just use janitor. Janitor is also cleaner. So janitor, cleaner, all of them. So the location is all of Canada. Then you click on it here. It's going to load and take us to all the available vacancies for this position. So as you can see, this is the one that was posted on 3rd of April, right? 3rd of April. And this is a position of a janitor, janitor, and all of that. So all you have to do is click on the one that you're interested in. So you can just click on this one right here, the first one here. So it's going to load and take you to the page where you're going to see everything about it. So this is the details on the job, the location, the salary, the type of employment, the hours, flexible. You can start as soon as possible. It's verified. This is the NOC code and all of that. So this is what is required for this particular job offer. It says the language is just English, no degree, certificate, or diploma required, no experience required. They will train you. This is your responsibility, just to sweep, mop, vacuum cleaning, wash windows, and all of that. So as you can see, it says who can apply to this job. So which people can apply? It says the employer accepts applications from both Canadian citizens and other candidates that have a Canadian work permit, and also the ones that don't have a Canadian work permit. So whether you have a work permit in Canada already, whether you don't have a work permit in Canada already, you can apply for this position. So then all you have to do if you want to apply is click on how to apply. Then you are going to see how to apply. So this is the email to use to apply. This is the email right here. You send your resume to this email and you are good to go. So basically that's how to apply for jobs from outside Canada, from Nigeria, using this website. Like I said, the website is jobbank.gc.ca. So make sure you write it down somewhere. This is the website here. So yeah, we're going to be getting back into the training. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you a very short story of Mrs. Jegs. She used the LMIA route, which is one of the ones I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to be putting her pictures up or call her full name, so we can keep her anonymous. So Mrs. Jegs, like some Nigerians, she did not have any plans of relocating outside Nigeria. All she desired was to travel around the world, but still basically in Nigeria. All that changed because of how invaluable our Nigerian passport has become. And of course, the obvious problems in Nigeria, from lights to bad healthcare system, roads, insecurity, you can just keep going. So when the almighty answers, which ended some people's lives, came, this just further fueled her passion and her desire to finally move out of Nigeria. Because of course, she did not want to raise her unborn children in a country that has zero value for human lives. She considered the study route, but as a software developer that she already was, she did not want to go to school again. She already had her BSc and she just wanted to work. Also, knowing how expensive the study route was, she just completely ruled out the option totally. Now, she decided to use one of the routes I shared earlier, which I go more in depth in my coaching program. We'll talk about all that later. She persistently applied for jobs and finally she got her dream job offer a day before her court wedding in November 2020. Just a day before her court wedding, she got a job offer. That's a very huge testimony, right? She was very excited. Of course, who is not going to be excited? And she started the process to relocate to Canada, although there were some delays along the way. But Canada had, and that was because Canada had some restrictions because of the COVID situation. Although few months later, after getting the job, Mrs. Jex landed in Canada with her husband. That was towards the middle of 2021. Now, both of them work full-time, and I just confirmed last month that she has become a permanent resident in Canada, which is really, really awesome. Now, that's a very interesting story, and also you can be like Mrs. Jex and her husband. That's only if you are willing to make a decision to relocate to Canada today without giving up. And yes, I said that because there might be delays along the way, like you saw earlier. One thing or the other can happen. But as long as you are serious about relocating, you will eventually get there. Also, meet Mr. Ken, who bought my program towards the end of last year. He said, "Hi, Chika, good afternoon. I just got an offer and I had already done my medicals, but I was just sent an invite for biometrics." Personally, I was very taken aback. I was like, "You got a job offer?" He said, "Yes, I got a job offer." And I was really excited because, see, one thing about Mr. Ken was that when he got my program, he buried himself in learning what I taught him. And he started applying for jobs till he got a positive response. And also, he continued the rest of the process. The last time we spoke, he was already like in the final stages. Approved. Canada, here he comes. So one thing I can assure you is that these people did not have two heads. I promise you that they don't have two heads. All they had was proper information that showed them what to do, how to do it, and they started applying for jobs. Right? They did not give up, and now Mrs. Jegs and her husband are in Canada, where both of them work full time. Mr. Ken will also be in Canada in the coming months as well. Now, this is Favor in Canada. This is Joseph, who also got an interview from a Canadian company as well. So thanks to my practical experience of helping people relocate to Canada and also teaching people how to relocate to Canada in the past few months, I am now willing to help even more people move to Canada, where you can comfortably raise your children and start a family without the hassles of all the popular immigration programs and the rest. And this you the ultimate Naija to Canada relocation system 2.0. Now, this detailed step-by-step program will show you how to apply for a job, how to secure a job, and how to relocate to Canada in the next 6 to 12 months from now, with the goal of becoming a permanent resident and also eventually becoming a Canadian citizen. Because if you get it wrong, you might just get a travel ban, and this will affect your application to other countries. The best part of all this is you're not just getting a guide, you also get access to me personally and also access to my team, where we will guide you one-on-one in case you encounter any issues. So whenever you get stuck, we will be there to answer you and tell you exactly what to do. So here is what you get in the ultimate Naija to Canada relocation system 2.0. So now in this program, there are 6 modules, right? 6 modules that cover all the immigration programs the unique pathways that I shared with you earlier. So in this first module, I'm going to be giving you a video breakdown of the 5 unique pathways to migrate to Canada that we mentioned earlier. And this video is very important because I talk about all 5 programs and their requirements. And I also did this at the start of the program, so that once you watch this video, you will know the routes you decide to focus on. I'm also going to share with you more websites apart from the one I shared earlier. I'm going to give you more websites that you can find jobs in Canada and that you can apply for these jobs, so that with you how to know your NOC category that you fall under and how to apply for your specific NOC code, how to find it, and how to use it during your application. Also, I'm going to be sharing with you how to write a Canadian style CV and also or a resume that bypasses the ATS. So this is where 98% of people get it wrong, because most job applications are not seen by the recruiters because they use a bot to filter applications that don't meet the standard. I'm also going to be sharing with you how to prepare for job interviews to increase your chances of getting your dream job, right? It's not just enough to have the best CV and all of that. You still need to know how to prepare for these job interviews, because job interviews that you are used to might be different from the ones that you're going to be experiencing later. So this is why we're going to cover that as well. I'm also going to share with you important steps you must take immediately you get a job offer. So I'm also going to share with you 5 reasons why 90% of people who apply for jobs never get a response, right? Some people don't even get a reject because they keep doing one of these 5 things. And that's why I'm going to share to avoid them totally. I'm also going to give you a step-by-step video showing you how to apply for a work permit. So after you get a job offer, which is the first step, the next step is to apply for your work permit, right? That's if you decide to go through the LMIA work visa route. So at this point, you cannot make any mistake, because if you do that, you're going to get a guaranteed rejection and it will screw up any chances you have on relocating to Canada. I'm also going to share with you how to convert your visit visa to a work visa. So what some people do now is they apply for a visit visa, and then when they get a visit visa, they can now they can now go to Canada and visit Canada and stay there for a while. And from inside Canada, they can now start applying to jobs and all of that. So to make the process easier for them. So if they eventually get a job offer, they can now convert their visit visa to a work visa. And this is another smart way that people are using. 125,000. The next model I'm giving you is the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which is also the Express Entry Program. So I'm going to be giving you a full breakdown of the Express Entry program. If you are still interested in the Express Entry program, I'm going to be sharing with you how to relocate through the Federal Skilled Worker program and everything that you need to know about it. I'm also going to be giving you the cost breakdown of the Express Entry program, how to check your eligibility, and the requirements that you must meet. I'll also show you how to calculate your CRS yourself. Also show you how to apply and secure a job while you're still in Nigeria that will enable you relocate to Canada. I'll also share with you a step-by-step video that will show you how to apply for your permanent residency through the Federal Skilled Worker program. And this module is also worth 150,000 naira. The next module is on the temporary foreign worker program. So I'll give you a full overview of this program, the cost breakdown, how to check your eligibility for this program, and also the requirements for this program. You will also learn how to apply and secure a job as a temporary worker while you are still in Nigeria that will help you relocate successfully to Canada. I will also give you a step-by-step video showing you how to apply for a work permit under this program. And this module is worth 100,000. The next module is on the Rural Northern Immigration Pilots Program, which is the fourth module. I'll give you a full overview of the Rural Northern Immigration Pilots and how to relocate with this program. I will also share with you the cost breakdown of the RNIP, how to check your eligibility, and the requirements involved. You also get a breakdown of how you can get a job from any of the participating communities under this program while you are still in Nigeria. Yes, and also I will show you how you can apply for PRO under this program. And this module is worth 100,000. The next module you are getting is on the Atlantic Immigration Program. So as you can see, there are different modules for each of the programs, right? So that you can know that for this module, this is for this. So if you go to this module, you find information on this program. If you go to that module, you find information on another program. So this one here, you get the overview of this program, all the information you need about this program, the cost breakdown, how much it will cost you, how to check your eligibility, and all the requirements involved. I'm also going to show you how to apply and secure a job while you are still in Nigeria in the participating provinces under the Atlantic region in Canada. And also, I'm giving you a step-by-step video showing you how to apply for your permanent residency in Canada. And this module is worth 100,000 naira. Now, the last module is on the caregiver program. So for people interested to relocate through the caregiver program, this module is for you. You get a full overview of what the caregiver program is all about and how you can relocate with this program. You also get a total breakdown, how much it will cost you to go as a caregiver. Also, how to check your eligibility for this program and the requirements involved. You also learn how you can apply and secure a job while you're still in Nigeria using the special website I will give you that is only on caregiver jobs. I'll also teach you how to apply for these caregiver jobs, how to get caregiver jobs that will sponsor your entire relocation. Lastly, you are getting a step-by-step video showing you how to apply for your work permit after getting your job offer. Now, this module is also worth 100,000 naira. As you can see, this is a detailed guide. And no, it's not some boring, long ebook. These are step-by-step video tutorials that are very detailed to the end, showing you how you can do all this. And even a 15-year-old or a 50-year-old man can understand this. So this is a recap of everything you are getting today. You are getting module 1, which is on the work in Canada, how to apply through the LMIA work visa route. Also, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which is module 2. You are getting module 3, which is on the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. Module 4, Rural Northern Immigration Pilots Program. You are getting module 5, which is on the Atlantic Immigration Program. And lastly, the Caregiver Program. And the total worth of the entire program with all these 6 modules is worth 850,000 naira. Now, this is the same thing that travel companies are going to charge you anywhere from 1 million to 2.5 million. And I personally know this firsthand because I have worked with a travel company as well. So this is what Mr. Femi said to me. He said, so it's not just like I'm calling big money for you. He said this package is sold far below its worth. This is the same job info that a Canadian immigration lawyer said I should bring 3,100 Canadian dollars for. And everything is totally demystified in this package. God bless you real good, Chika. So like I said, the total worth of this program is 850,000. But relax, bring your mind down. Don't worry, you're not going to be paying that much, right? My plan is not to be as expensive as a travel agent because I know that you want to save costs, right? Not can afford up to that. And that is my plan for you, to save costs. So the official amount this program will be priced at is 200,000 naira, which is less than 25% amount. But today, for today, you can save an extra 75% and get the ultimate Nigeria to Canada relocation system for just 50,000 naira. From today to the next 1 week, you can get this program for 50,000 naira only. So getting this program as 50K is a steal, right? It's so cheap compared to what you are going to be getting inside this program, what you will get in return, right? So imagine you paid, for instance, you paid 50K for an information that ends up getting you a full-time job in Canada. Will it not be worth it? Let me know if you think it will be worth it. You pay 50K for an information that helps you get a full-time job in Canada. Won't it be worth it? It will totally be worth it, right? And even if you don't have lots of money, I'm still going to show you how to get enough money to fund your entire trip. And I will show you how to get visa sponsorship jobs so your employer can take care of your relocation costs. Yet, I want to do something crazy for 10 people in this training right now. Just 10 people. If you decide to get this program from now till the end of next tomorrow night, today is Wednesday, from now till Friday night, I'm going to give you an extra 15,000 naira off. I'm going to be removing 15,000 naira for 10 people in this training right now. So from now till Friday night, you can get this program at 35,000 naira only. 35,000 naira from now till Friday night. You heard me right. Everything, the 6 modules for the 6 different programs, how I'm going to teach you everything for just 35,000 naira only. And once the first 10 people get in, between tonight and the end of next week, the price will move up to 50K. And after 1 week, it will move to 100K. So understand, if 10 people get in this night, then the 35%, the 35,000 naira price moves to 50K immediately. And when I'm saying this, that 10 spots will get filled this night. So the 35K discount, it might not even last till tomorrow night. So if you want to be among those 10 people, this is the account details to make payment to. And it's also going to be in the comment section as well. If you want to be part of the 10 people that will get access to this program at 35K, send your payment to this account right now. After payment, you can send your payment confirmation to the admin of the WhatsApp group that you are in. So if you're in any WhatsApp group, you can send your payment confirmation to the admin of that WhatsApp group. And if you're not in any group, you can send your payment confirmation to the phone number in the comment section as well. This phone number right here on your screen. So if you're not in getting the program, you can I'm going to just send me a message on WhatsApp. I will send you a link that you can use to pay with Stripe, right? So just send me a message on WhatsApp. So just when I was preparing the slides for this webinar, I got good news from one of my students that he just got a job offer, which is really amazing, right? Because he didn't have to pay any agents millions of naira or get scammed before he got a job. And this is all because he got this same program, right? This is also Mr. Nicholas, who scaled through the entire process and he was able to successfully get his visa approved. And he immediately sent it to me. And in less than 2 weeks from now, he will be on his way to Canada. So with this program and my help, you will have peace of mind because you're not going to be getting scammed by anyone. Because trust me, there are a lot of recruiters out there who are scammers. So that's why I'm going to be showing you in this program how you can apply for legit jobs only. As you can see on that website I shared with you earlier, it says that the job posting is verified by the government of Canada, right? So you can see that 35K is actually a change because if you get scammed doing it on your own, it will cost you hundreds or even millions of naira. So don't go and lose millions because you decided not to get my program. And one thing about scammers is that they don't use their real identity ever. But someone like me, I'm not scared to put my face out there because what I do is legit. And I have a registered business as well. And the advert you saw earlier, my face was there. In this webinar, my face was there. So it's not like, it's only fraudulent people that hide their identity. And also the ultimate Nigeria to Canada relocation system is not all you are getting from 10 bonuses in addition to the ultimate Nigeria to Canada relocation system. I'm going to show you how you can get visa sponsorship jobs right? I will teach you how to search for jobs that will sponsor your entire relocation plan. And these jobs are willing to pay for your visa application fees, flight tickets, and all of that. Some of them are even willing to give you accommodation, right? Bonus number 2 that I'm giving you is how to access settlement plans available to newcomers. I will show you what you need to do in order to access settlement plans available to newcomers that will help you settle properly in Canada, right? And also the next bonus I'm giving you is 5 recommended side businesses that can fetch you anywhere from 200K to 500K per month in the shortest time possible, right? I added this here because I really want to help you relocate to Canada, and I don't want money to be an issue for you. So with this, you can easily make an extra 200K to 500K per month, which will be more than enough to help you scale through the whole relocation process. The next bonus I'm giving you is 5 do's and don'ts that you must understand when applying for your visa, in case you want to increase your chances greatly. So this was actually gotten from helping a lot of clients successfully scale through this process in the past. We are moving on to bonus number 5. I will be giving you access to my personal contact line for one-on-one help. You will have access to my personal contact on Telegram and also on WhatsApp, so that I can help you along the way when you need me. So if you get stuck, all you have to do is ask a question and I will put you through. You also have access to me till you land in Canada. The next bonus is important things to take with you to Canada. Now, there are some key things you must have while you are relocating in order for you not to encounter issues. I will also show you exactly what you must bring with you and what you shouldn't bring. You also need to know how much you must carry along with you. If you carry more than that, you'll be sent back. If you even carry less than that, you will be sent back as well. The next bonus, which is bonus number 7, is how to. Some employers or recruiters will go ahead and check you out on social media, and just like LinkedIn, right? And LinkedIn is like Instagram, Facebook, and the rest, right? But it's for professionals. So most recruiters, once they see your application, they want to see your LinkedIn profile and all of that. And you personally, you can use LinkedIn to reach out to people, recruiters, and also to connect with them as well. That's why it's very important for you to have a LinkedIn profile. Now, the next bonus is best provinces to settle in Canada. So a lot of times people come to me and ask me, oh, Chika, which province is good for me? Oh, this one is too cold. Which one is too okay? And all of that, right? But different provinces have their advantage and disadvantages. That's why I'm going to be sharing with you what you need to know about some of these provinces, so you can make an informed decision about which one you're going to apply for. The next bonus I'm giving you, I'm going to be a lot of CV templates. So I'm giving you samples, free CV samples, free cover letter samples, because it's not enough to teach people how to create a CV template or how to create a resume, sorry. So I'm also going to be giving you this sample so you can see exactly what you're planning to do, right? So you can easily swipe and create your own using all these samples. The last but not the least is free lifetime updates to this program. So if you listen carefully, the name of this program is the Ultimate Naija to Canada Relocation System 2.0, which means as I speak to you right now, I'm currently updating the program because I just got better information that will help make the process of you applying for jobs and getting a job in Canada easier. And the best part is that when I make all these new updates, you're not going to be paying extra. You are not paying in the future again. It's a one-time payment, and this bonus is priceless. As you can see, I added more bonuses that will further ease your relocation path to Canada, including the main program. And the best part is that you are getting all these 10 bonuses at no extra cost. You're not paying extra for all these bonuses I just listed right now. So now let me quickly summarize everything so you understand. First, you are getting the Ultimate Naija to Canada Relocation System 2.0. Secondly, you are getting 10 bonuses for free. Bonus number 1, jobs that will sponsor your trip. Bonus number 2, 5 side hustles that can fetch you 200K to 500K per month. Bonus number 3, access to settlement plans available for newcomers in Canada. Bonus number 4, do's and don'ts when applying for a visa. Bonus number 5, access to my personal contacts. Bonus number 6, important things to take with you to Canada. Bonus number 7, how to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile. Bonus number 8, best provinces to settle in Canada. Bonus number 9, free cover letter and CV templates. Lastly, free lifetime updates to this program. When you add everything you are getting today, it sums up to 1,355,000. And like I said earlier, for the Ultimate Nigeria to Canada Relocation System 2.0, which contains 6 modules and all these 10 bonuses, everything at 35,000 naira instead of 50K. If you decide to join in from now to Friday night, and also if you miss out on Friday night, from now to Friday night, you still have an extra 7 days to join in at 50K. So if you miss the 35K discount, you still have an opportunity to get it at 50K before the price increases. So like I said, if you want to make payments for this program, you can use the account details in the comment section right now. So to quickly join in before the slots get exhausted. And after you have made your payments, the next you are going to send your payment confirmation. Make sure you send your payment confirmation, because I cannot just automatically know who is who. So make sure you send your payment confirmation to me on WhatsApp, which I'm also the admin of the group. Any of the WhatsApp group you are in, send your payment confirmation to me. If you're not in any WhatsApp group, send your payment confirmation to the phone number in the comment section. So one thing you should know is that I can only work with a limited number of people. So once the first 10 people get in, the price will move to 50K. After 1 week, it goes to 100K. And in the coming weeks, it will still move to the official price, which is 200K. And if I feel like I cannot handle more people coming in, I will have to pause the program and only work with the people that got in. Because like I said, I don't want to give you just a set of videos and training materials, PDF and all of that, and abandon you like help you out when you need me, which should also take a lot of my time. And that is why once it gets to a certain number, the program will have to be paused. Now, this is what Idong had to say. She also got one of my programs as well. I personally decided that I should check on her and know how her application process is going, right? So she said, wow, good morning, Chika. This is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. You are such a good leader. If I must say, you have actually reminded me one of the very reasons why I chose to work with you. God bless you. And you're really showing me that it's not just about the money, even when what you're giving us is quite big compared to the amount we are paying. You are genuinely concerned about helping people, and you also have a good heart. This is also another person. He also got my program as well. He said, something just dropped in my mind. I want to share it with you. I just want to appreciate you for the painstaking efforts and passion you put in getting the best information to give a better and more fulfilling life for everybody out of this country. You dedicate your time, money, and resources to give us much more value for our money. This is also a feedback from another person as well. As you can see, I never abandon people. If I see I can no longer handle more persons and give attention to people already in my program, I would rather close it so I can focus on the people I currently have. And in case you think 35K is too much, here is how much Mr. Femi was charged for something that is not even worth close to my program. According to him, in his own words, he said it himself that this package is sold far below its worth. It's worth more than how much it's sold for, right? So, and you're not going to be getting, what you are getting is even far more than what Mr. Femi got, because I have already updated the program, like I said, and I'm still updating it. And this is why you should get in at this price, because you can save yourself an extra 165K, which means you can use that for your passport, you can use it to do your medicals and any other thing, or you can just have it as free money, right? And also, you can decide to wait till it gets to 200K, and it will still be worth it, by the way. And this is also similar to this guy that saw a program at 10K, but he waited till it was 60K before he got in. So in case you don't know, it cost me a lot of money to advertise this opportunity in order to get this information into your hands, because you most likely got it through an ad that you clicked, which was paid for. I also paid somebody to run those adverts that you clicked on, because what I am is a travel expert. I'm not an ad expert. And there are other costs that I don't have to mention to you. And you can see for yourself that I have already invested in this upfront. And of course, let's not talk about all the hours and hours I spent creating this program, which is priceless. And as I speak to you, I'm still updating the content, because you cannot just create a program like this and abandon it, because relocating to Canada through all these routes, there are more updates and all the things are just changing. So you have to change it as well as they're changing, right? And the best part is, as you join today, you are not going to pay extra for any other future updates that is added to this program. As you can see, 35K, if you see 35K as too big, knowing fully well that if you go to a travel agent, they will charge you nothing less than 500K. Maybe moving to Canada is not for you, because the process will require far more than 35K. So right now you have 3 choices. The first choice you have is to get this guide right now and start applying for jobs as soon as today, with the plan of moving to Canada either alone or with your family in a couple of months. And I'm also going to teach you how to get visa sponsorship jobs as well if you cannot afford to sponsor yourself. The second option you have right now is to say this is a scam. And I understand that people are scared to purchase things online. But Mrs. Grace felt the same way till she also saw that it was actually real. And that's what she said herself. That in Nigeria, I'm happy that in Nigeria we still have truthful and honest individuals like you. See what Temi had to say as well. So, in case you are scared, I can assure you that you have nothing to worry about. The third option you have is to be in the court of do nothing. That's what I call them. This gang, they never do anything. What they do is they are always interested. Any ad they see or relocate to Canada, they will be shouting that they're interested, help me. Action or take any action. They do nothing. They usually feel like they can land in Canada without any cost, without doing anything, or they can go and figure everything out by themselves. And most times this it doesn't end well. Some people will still come back to me and complain about how they made one mistake or the other, how their visa was denied, one thing, or they can even get a travel ban. Right? Frequently asked questions, right? What some questions I've gotten about this program, and also some questions that you might have as well. The first question is, how much will I need to relocate through this route? So if you have been wondering how much you will need to relocate this route, um, firstly, as you can see, there are 5 different programs that I talk about in this guide. So I cannot really start breaking each of them. It take too much time. So I cannot tell you that this is how much this one will cost, this is how much this one will cost, and all of that. So what I personally did is that in this program, when you get it, you see it for yourself. I broke down the costs that it requires to relocate through each of this program, step by step, all through the way, right? From Nigeria to Canada, how much you will need. And in case you are scared that you can't, maybe you can't, you're thinking maybe you can't afford it or not, that's why I also show you how you can get visa sponsorship jobs. Right? These jobs are willing to sponsor you, even if, but like when you eventually get the job, so they are ready to pay for everything required for you to be in Canada. So you have nothing to worry about. Another question: can I move to Canada alone, or can I take my family? So anyone you want to do is fine. If you are single, you can go alone. If you want to go alone, you decide you want to go alone, you can go alone. If you want to go with your family, you can go with your family as well. You don't need to be married to relocate to Canada, right? Even though you have a family and you are married, it's fine. Whether you are single or not, it's fine. But these family members, they must be either your husband, your wife, or your children. Another question you might have is, I can't afford to get this program now. Can I get it later? So one thing you must understand is that this program is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's for only people that really want to move to Canada. So this is not for people that are contemplating or still thinking about it. Because let's be honest, if 35K is a big deal for you, then you're not ready to relocate to Canada. Because even though you want to relocate from Lagos to Abuja, it will cost you more than 35K, let alone Canada. So, and even as you are paying 35K, I mean, return saving you millions of naira, because you're still going to spend that money going through other programs or other routes. And as for getting it later, first, the price goes up to 50K by Friday night, which is next tomorrow night. After that, it goes up to 100K and eventually 200K, depending on how we are able to handle people. And we might end up closing the program if we cannot accept newcomers for a while. Another question you might have is, what if I can afford the program, but I cannot afford the cost of relocation? So in this program, I talk about how you can get visa sponsorship jobs, which means there are some employers who urgently need workers and they'll be willing to sponsor the entire cost of your relocation. So you actually have nothing to worry about. And also in one of the bonuses, I talk about how you can make I talk about 5 online businesses that can make you anywhere from 200K to 500K per month. So this is a good way for you to raise money for your jackpot dreams. And as a matter of fact, one of these businesses currently make me up to 3 million naira per month on the side. So it's possible to make a lot of money from them. Another question you might have is that I'm not ready to relocate to Canada. If I pay now, will I still need to pay whenever I'm ready? So if you are not ready to start applying for jobs, maybe because you are doing your NYSC or you're just not ready, I still suggest you get the program before the price goes up. And whenever you want, whenever you decide to begin, I will still be there to guide you, even if I have closed the program to the public. And also, you still get lifetime updates for free. So you actually have nothing to worry about. You can get it now, and whenever you're ready, come back to it. You still have access to it, and also access to me as well. So another question that you might have is, I don't have a passport, my international passport. Should I get my passport before getting the program, or how? So you don't have to wait till you get your passport before you get this program, right? Because if you don't get the program today, the price will increase. But once you get this program today, you will not pay extra when the price increases. And you still have lifetime access, like for life. You are paying once you decide that you want to start applying for jobs, I'll still be there to help you out. And if you decide to wait for your passport to come before you get this program, you will now end up paying more than you would have paid earlier. And the best part is that you can actually start the application process. You can start applying for jobs even before your passport arrives. So you can apply for jobs without your passport, because you don't need your passport to apply for jobs. You only need it after you have gotten a job and you want to start the relocation process proper. But just make sure you get your passport as soon as possible, though. Another question is, do I need IELTS? Yes, you need IELTS, but not at the beginning. So not at the start of your application. So, but eventually, after you have gotten a job and you want to apply for either your work permit or permanent residency, that's when you now need it, but not at first. So, an option I can suggest for you is, if you are skeptical, or maybe you cannot afford to write IELTS right now, or you need motivation, you can wait till when you get a job, then you can now register for IELTS, right? By then, maybe you'll be motivated to write it because you have already gotten a job offer, right? So if you decide that that's the option you want to go for, computer-based IELTS exams, because your results can come out in like 3 to 5 days, sure. So, but before then, you can be preparing for your IELTS. So, so when you have to take the computer-based one, because the paper-based one takes like 13 days, so that's too far. So you don't want the timing from when you get a job to when your IELTS is ready to be too far apart. So another question is, if I get this program, when will I get a job? So this question, some people ask it a lot, right? So anybody or any agent that tells you that you can get a job in a day or a week, the person is lying to you. And that's the same thing with anybody telling you that visa is 100% guaranteed and all of that. As long as you're not the employer, there is no way you can get a job. And that's just facts. Everybody knows this, right? Because some people think that once they pay for a program like this, they should automatically get a job. It does not work like that. And if it works like that, I will be charging, you will not be paying 35K, you're paying like 10 million sha for this, right? So, and even personally, this is like a personal story, right? Before I became an intern for the travel company I worked with, hey, I went around Lagos. I was applying to countless of travel agencies. And this is me telling them that I'm coming to work for you for free. You don't have to pay me, right? I applied to countless and countless of them before I finally got one response. And this is in Nigeria. So you should be ready to apply to multiple jobs to increase your chances. It's normal everywhere, right? Even if you want a job in Nigeria, you know, question you might have is, will you be doing everything for me? When I pay, will you be the one applying for me? I'm not going to be the one applying for you, because this is a do-it-yourself program, right? It's not a service. It's not a done-for-you program. So what this means is, like, when you go to the gym, you have a personal trainer, and your trainer is telling you that, oh, you are doing 10 sets of this exercise, 10 sets of that exercise. This is the food you will be eating for the next 1 week, and everything like that. You are still going to be your trainer will not be the one doing the exercise, and you'll be seeing results on your body. Your trainer, you'll be doing the exercise yourself, be eating the food required for you, and all of that. So that's how this one works. Our job is to guide you through the entire process. The videos have been recorded already. Everything is ready. You'll be seeing it by yourself, what to do step by step, right? And whenever you need my help or you need clarity, my team and I will also be there to help you out. So you'll be the one doing the process yourself, but just with proper guidance. So another question is, will you be guiding me through the process? 100% yes. My team and I are on standby to help you out whenever you need. We will give you the step-by-step guide showing you the entire process, but we know that you might still get confused. Maybe you want to ask questions, some parts are not clear to you, or you need any sort of help. we are available from Mondays to Saturdays, right? So, but on Sundays, even God rested on Sundays. We all know that. So, we'll most likely be unavailable on Sundays, but any other day, we are available for you. And this part is the reason why I will eventually price this program at 200K, because the time and effort I'm putting in to get you results is not here, right? So, if it was just only videos or any other thing like that, I would just sell this course for cheap and move on with my life. So now that it's 35K, it's wise for you to jump in now. Or you can decide that it's 200K, you want to pay share. The choice is yours. So another question is, when I pay, what's next? Right? When I pay, what's next? And when will I get access to the program? So when you pay, like I said, you have to send me your payment confirmation on WhatsApp. Immediately the payment is confirmed, you'll get access to the program instantly, right? And once you get access, you see all the things I've been telling you about. You will see that everything is there, crystal clear. You go through the option step by step. So let it not look like I'm the only person doing the talking. I'm the one asking the questions and also answering the questions by myself. So if you have any questions that I have not answered, you can ask. You can ask them in the comment section. I'm going to be attending to everyone. So if you have any questions that I have not answered, that has not been treated here, you can also ask me as well. So this is the time for question and answer. Make sure you drop your question in the comment section. I'll be going through every single one of them and answering them as well. So I'm waiting for your questions now. So yeah. I came late. Can you do a wrap on what has been discussed? Don't worry, the replay is going to be available for you. The replay will be available for you to watch. So if you have any questions, now is the time for you to ask the question. Hello Chika, can I and my spouse apply separately? For what? For jobs? If it's for jobs, yes, you can apply separately. Please, I'm just coming. What is what is this all about? Okay. Like I said, the replay will be posted in the group chat, right? I'm going to provide the link to the replay for everyone that missed it. How do I know that the payments are more than 10 people? You don't have to wait for the payment to be more than 10 people. Is that what you're waiting for? Or you're trying to be part of the 10 people? All you have to do is make your payment and send your payment confirmation to me, right? So you don't have to wait for it to be up to 10 before you pay. Another question is, my spouse, will my application cover for my spouse, or we can apply separately? Like I said, if you want to apply for jobs separately with your spouse can apply and you can apply as well. Do we need IELTS before we can get a job? So like I said, you don't need IELTS to apply for a job. You only need your IELTS after you have gotten a job, and then you will now apply for your, either you use the IELTS to apply for either your work permit or your permanent residency. Is give us the link to apply for visa sponsorship. That's why you should get the program. The link is already there. Once you get the program, you will see the link there. Also, most of the jobs in Job Bank always say, if you're not in Canada, this job is not for you. Well, as you can see, the job that we used for an example earlier in the webinar, you can see it said people from outside Canada can apply. It was written there very clearly. So you need to know what your the right link to use and all of that. So everything will be in the program. So if you get it, you will see everything there. What about I want to go through working and still continue my education and I don't have IELTS? So like I said, if you go through the work route and you get your permanent residency, you can still apply to study, and you will still be paying far less tuition, right, than international students. After the 35K payment, what's next, please? Okay, I've already answered this. That was the last question I answered. If you, after making your payment, you get access to the program and you see all the information that I've just mentioned here now, everything, all the details, and you can start learning more about the process and start applying immediately. Is it true that people go through sponsorship, they turn themselves to slaves? Well, it depends on the kind of business you have or contracts you have. If somebody say when you come to Canada, I'm going to sponsor you and you are coming to work for me as slave, and you agree to be the person's slave and you go, you already know what you are signing up for. So it depends on your contract with the employer. But these employers I'm sharing with you, like, they're not slave, listen, they're not doing slavery or anything like that. So you need to change that mentality. Do I need IELTS exam before getting job sponsorship? I've answered this question repeatedly. You don't need IELTS to apply for a job. You need it after you've gotten a job. Assuming your Nigerian university gives you later to certify your proficiency in English, will I still need IELTS? So that proficiency letter it does not replace IELTS in any way, right? You still need to write your IELTS. What is your question, Mr. Miracle? He said, please attend to my question. How long do we have to wait after paying the money? So like as you can see, we're still in the webinar. So once you make your payment, send your payment confirmation to me. Immediately I leave this, I'm going to be attending to everybody that has paid, right? So you're not supposed to wait for long. Can I pay part of the money and pay the rest later? No, there is no room for installments. So you have to make a payment once so that it will be easier for people to understand. Can Duolingo test replace IELTS? Well, currently, IELTS and TOEFL is what is used. Duolingo is not used. You skipped my question. Sorry, please ask again. Do I need IELTS before I study? No, this is not for study. This is strictly for the work route, not for study route, please. Please, I'm 40 plus. Can I go through the express entry? I already said it's once the required age for express entry is from 18 to 40. So you cannot be 40 plus and apply through the express entry program. If my spouse has a job, does it mean I can travel with him? Well, if your spouse has a job, your spouse can apply for work permit, and then you can also apply for an open work permit as well. So yeah, you can travel with your spouse. Praise, I'm skipping your question. Ask again, please. I do not see the one that you asked. What is the lowest score for IELTS? Band 5 is the lowest. Band 5. Band 5 is the lowest. My single question is yet to be answered. We need your office address, if any. If you are just joining the webinar, you have to wait for the replay, because I've said it that this is a self-application. So I don't know why you need my office address when you're applying from the comfort of your home. So you're applying from the comfort of your home, not from my office address. Another question is, I'm a utility engineer. I said, whatever job in Nigeria, you can apply for it, right? You can still apply for it in Canada. It does not mean there's no special category for utility engineer. Yeah, so I can't afford the money now, but before 15th April, my payments will be done. But I want to know if the money will be paid. How can I get the program? So first of all, the first part is from now to 15th April. Like I said, this 35K payment is the discount is available from now to next tomorrow night. So from now to next tomorrow night, that's when this particular price is valid for. After that, it will increase to 50K. So when you pay, after you pay, you get access to the program immediately. When you send me your payment confirmation, I'll send you the access link, and then you'll see everything that you paid for. I have sent my evidence of payment to your WhatsApp number. Also, once we finish now, I'm going to attend to you. Don't worry. Mr. Olainka, I've not answered your question. Sorry, please ask again. So if I miss your question, please ask again, because questions are going, as they're coming, they're just going up and I'm missing some of them. Can you apply for more than one job? Of course, yes, of course you can. One job is not enough, because as you're applying to a particular job, other people are applying to it as well. So yeah, it's actually better to apply for more than one job. Please, I've sent my payment proof, but no one is attending to me. That's because we're still on the webinar. As you can see, I'm talking here. I cannot be talking here and attending to payments at the same time. So once we are done, I will start attending to people. So just exercise payment till the webinar is over, and I will answer you. I'm a teacher in Nigeria. Can I apply for a teaching job in Canada? Yeah, there are teaching jobs available. You can apply for a teaching job as well. What's the best for people that are 40 plus? Oh, I've missed that question. I did not see the remaining part of the question. Please ask again. applying with my dependents, will my spouse take IELTS exams? Yeah, your spouse will take IELTS exams as well, because they are still especially depends on the program that you're applying for, so that it can also boost your chances as well. But some of the programs don't require for your spouse to apply for IELTS or to take the IELTS test. So it depends on the program you're going for. If we pay this money, you're going to teach us the way to apply for the job. That's exactly what we have been talking about, right? Don't worry, I'll do a recap of what you are paying for, so that you even understand what you are paying for before you pay. Me personally, I want you to understand what you are paying for before you pay, right? So can you apply for more than one job, e.g. teaching and also caregiver? So that's you switching career paths, right? So you have to be focused. If it's position of teacher you want to apply for position of teacher. If you want to apply for position of caregiver, apply for position of caregiver. Apply to different organizations. You cannot be a teacher and a caregiver at the same time. I have a visiting visa to Canada. Can I start working with it? So what I said earlier, I did not say you can work with your visit visa. I said you can use your visit visa to enter Canada, then apply for jobs from inside Canada, so it can be easier for you. So if you have a visiting visa, congratulations, you can use that as well. And I also covered how you can do this in the program. That's why you should get the program as well. Is it IELTS academics or general that is required? So it's in the name already. IELTS academics is for the study routes. General is for this program. So what you are doing is IELTS general. So I'm just going to take one or two more questions so we can round off. Time is not on our side. Please, can the payments cover for me and my 2 kids going to there to work there? Well, one payment cannot cover for 3 people, but if one payment is going to cover for 3 people, it's only one person that is going to be. If one payment does not cover for 3 people, you have to make different payments. One payment does not cover for 3 people. Please, what are you paying for? Answer this and your office address. If are you just joining the webinar, you cannot be demanding for answer just like that when you are just coming. The replay link will be available in the group in case you missed the whole webinar. So I'm going to take this last question. How long will it take to get job through this route? So I've answered this question before. Nobody can tell you that, oh, this is the time you will get a job. We all know how applying for jobs are. We cannot just tell you that, oh, you're getting a job next week. It's not even realistic. You should not even believe that. If I tell you you're getting a job next week, will you believe that? It's not believable. So you apply for jobs and make sure that you're applying right. You're applying to different jobs. It can take some people 3 days. It can take some 6 days, and just like that. So I cannot tell you exactly when you get a job. So this is all the questions we can take for now. So we just have to round off. Time is not on our side. So yeah, I'm just going to take let me just take like 2 more. I am a software engineer. Do they have job offers for me? So if there are positions for vacancies for software engineers in Canada as well. So if you can get a software engineering job in Nigeria, sure as hell can get one in Canada. What about the side hustle? Is it right from Nigeria? Yes, like I said, it's online businesses that you can do as from the comfort of your homes, right? And like 5 of them, right? So please, can you extend the deadline of the 35K? Like I said, it might even end tonight. So the earlier the better. There's really nothing I can do in that regard. Yeah, so this is all the questions that we can take for tonight. So if you have any more questions, send them to me on WhatsApp. I will treat them all so that we can round off, right? So just send me your questions on WhatsApp so that we're rounding up now. So yeah, any other questions you have, send them to me on WhatsApp. I'll make sure I answer them all. So let's just quickly summarize everything you are getting today. So for people that don't understand this part, right? You are getting the Ultimate Nigeria to Canada Relocation System 2.0. It contains 6 different modules that will teach you about 6 different immigration programs. So anyone you qualify for, you can apply for them. You also get 10 bonuses. 1, you are getting jobs that will sponsor your entire trip. How you can find these jobs. I'll teach you 5 side hustles that can fetch you 200K to 500K per month. I'll also give you access to settlement plans available. how you can access these plans, and also do's and don'ts that you must understand when you're applying for a visa, access to my personal contacts, right? Important things that you will take with you to Canada, how to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile, best provinces to settle in Canada, sample cover letter and CV templates, and also you're getting any free time, you're getting any lifetime updates to this program for free. So everything sums up together to 1,355,000. That's the total worth of this program. But you can pay 35,000 naira only and get everything in this program instead of 50K. And this is from now till tomorrow night. After that, it increases to 50K. So the account details to make payments is in the comment section. Once you pay, send your payment confirmation to me on WhatsApp. That's the admin of the WhatsApp group you are in. I will attend to you. We're rounding up now. I'm going to start attending to everyone now. If you're not in any WhatsApp group, send your payment confirmation to the phone number in the comment section. So you have two options right now. You can decide to get this program now for 35K or 50K, or procrastinate till it moves to 100K or even 200K. But trust me, that 165K you are saving today will go a long way in your relocation process. So I suggest you get in now and invest that money in getting a passport, doing your police reports, medicals, if you have not done any of that already. But if you decide that is when it's 200K you want to get it, it benefits me more because you are paying more money, which I rightfully deserve. But the thing is that the same information you are getting right now, the same attention you're getting now when you pay 35K is what you get if you pay 200K. So nothing changes except you are getting the program very cheap today. The choice is yours. So I look forward to helping you fulfill your dreams of relocating to Canada, and I appreciate you so much for joining me today and for listening to me. I hope you got some value from this training, and I'm looking forward to seeing you inside. I also cannot wait to help you achieve your relocation plans. And so, like I said, if you have any further questions or any concerns, anything you want to ask me relating to this webinar tonight and your relocation plans as well, send me a message. Feel free, send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll make sure you get a response. All right. So once again, thanks for joining me tonight and good night, everyone.